Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of month of MERN. Today, we'll be discussing some more CSS and understand some of its more advanced concepts. Then, we will introduce you to this very cool open source library called CSS library called Bootstrap. And then we will start with JavaScript, discuss its concepts and syntax, and by the end of this workshop, using these tools and languages we demonstrate, you will be able to build almost any web page you want. Today's session might be a little step up, so do let us know if you feel any kind of problems in keeping up with us. Also, I can't emphasize this enough. I would highly recommend you all to code along with us to get the most out of this session. Till everyone is joining, I want to just ask you guys if yesterday's concepts were clear. I think Tanvi has put a small poll in the channel. Am I right?
Yep, I just put it up.
Great. Um, Also, many of you all submitted task 0 yesterday. Amazing projects, and the entire team was so glad to see that you were able to grasp the concepts just in a day. I would also like to add, without fail, please put the screenshots of your output websites, as many of you all forgot to upload it yesterday. Uh, After this workshop, I will again show the file structure of task 1 maybe. All right, great.
Where do we need to submit the screenshot?
Um, in the tasks folder, there is a task 0 folder, right?
Yeah.
Inside that
Show it
folder,
on GitHub now, if you
yep.
can.
For example, this is task 1. Here, you just create a new folder called screenshots and upload all your screenshots if that works, or if you don't want to do that, just upload the screenshots in the respective task folder. Does that does that work?
Okay, we have a request. Like, could we put in the table tags again? The Soman, could you please say take it? Just a slide through, a glance through.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I'll take it. Could you tell me exactly what you wanted to know in table tag, or whether I'll tell you the entire table tag, just a revision of it?
Yeah, just a revision of that entire thing would be great.
Yeah, right. So this is a table tag is written inside the tag table. For every table, you must have a heading. So the heading is written inside the th tag. After completing your th tag, the heading gets completed, and you jump to next row. For starting a row, you have a tr tag. Every tag has a start and end in table. So tr tag in row tag, these are all data. The one, my name Soman 133 Mumbai, these are all data. So these all the things are written inside the td tag, table data tag. So as soon as you think your data gets completed, then you end your row tag. Then if you again want to start your next row, then just create a tr, and then inside it again print this td tags. See, uh, the things got displayed. Yeah, TD. Oh shit. या यहाँ पे सी यहाँ पे एंट्रीज फेल हो गए, बस इतना ही है. क्लियर हुआ अभी?
Yes, thank you.
वेलकम.
Guys, I've put in another poll for CSS. You guys can just do that once. Also, we have a lot lined up for today, so it would be really great if you could just tell us the precise concepts you want us to revise. We will definitely do that for you. But for the entire revision of yesterday might not be possible because, as I said, we have a lot lined up for you today. So just give us the concepts. We will definitely go through it once again.
Moreover, the template that you might have used yesterday has a resources folder whereby you will find the entire source code that the speakers had used yesterday. So feel free to refer to it anytime. And as Tanvi said, we have a lot lined up today and we will have to start right now, I guess. So Rahil, I think you are starting.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
more thing. We have also provided a lot of cheat sheets in that on how to center a div or how to give a particular color or how basic CSS and HTML tags. So I would really suggest you to go through all those cheat sheets. It is a bliss.
Yeah, so I'll get started. Yeah, so basically, welcome to day 2 of CSS. So let's just like dive in. Basically, yesterday I had explained a few things about the box model to you guys. So I'll be carrying forward with that itself. So basically what I have done over here is I have created this simple HTML code along with a CSS file. So I have included my CSS over here using this link. Um, rel equals to style sheet and href equals to styles1.css because that's the file that I'll be using basically. And if you guys remember from yesterday, I had explained about div tags. So I have created this class called container, and within my container, I have created 3 different boxes. So one is Iron Man, one is Captain America, and one is Hulk. And I have just put some random text like lorem over here. And then in the style sheet, I have styled this container class. I have said display equals to flex. So basically what it does is that the containers, they should be able to expand or shrink automatically to fill the available space in my browser. So if you look at it in this browser, it's like the containers, like the boxes, are equally spaced. So that is basically the entire point of using this display is flex. And then if we look at the individual classes of the boxes, I have I have like styled all the 3 boxes together. Like I have just separated it by a comma over here. And I have said like my border should be 1 pixel solid black and the margin should be 2 pixels between the boxes. And within each box I have applied some simple background effects, and then I have said flex is 1, which is basically like it will kind of be equally spaced out, and then order is 1111. So now let us kind of look at what all of this means. So let's say I do flex equals to maybe say 2. So what will happen is that this Iron Man box, it will kind of become 2 times the size. And order is basically it will tell us like how all my elements should be within the like within this thing. So Iron Man should be first, so my order is 1. Captain America should be second, so order is 2. Hulk should be third, so order is 3. And what this flex 2 basically does is that it will kind of just expand Iron Man to take up like 2 times of what it was earlier, and Captain America and Hulk would be the same. So let's say I do something like this. Let's say I make Hulk flex equals to 5. So this will become like 5 times as bigger. So if you look at this, it's like it has become 5 times bigger basically. And now we can also change the order of all these boxes. So let's say that I want this Hulk to be in the first position, then I want Iron Man to be in the second position, and I want Captain America to be last. So what I will do is, if I want Hulk in the first place, I will say order is 1, then Iron Man in second place, so Iron Man order is 2, and Captain America in the third place. So order equals to 3 basically. And let me just save it. So basically, Hulk has come first, then Iron Man, and then Captain America. So this is just a very simple way to kind of arrange your boxes, instead of like, changing the names of all the boxes and stuff. You can just use this order property in CSS, and you can kind of select the order in how you want select the order how you want your boxes to be displayed in the browser. So yeah, basically, did you guys understand that? Are there any doubts regarding this? You can tell me in Discord. Can two classes have the same order? Yeah. So like in the start, I had kept everything as the default, which was 1, right? So let me just show you. So basically this is how it is. Like if it's order, if all of them have order 1, it will just be displayed how your boxes are. So it's like Iron Man is first, Captain America and Hulk. So if all of them have the same order, which is 1, it will just get displayed in the same sequence that it was in originally. Okay, cool. So I'll move on to the next concept, which is basically um, like it shows you how to kind of apply some kind of transformation to the boxes in your CSS. So let's look at this. So basically in this, I have created like two classes, like class A, which is rotated hello world, and class B, which is skewed hello world. So if we look at the CSS of this, so class A, I have just specified some margin because otherwise it will kind of go outside like this browser ka part when I rotate it. And I have specified some width and height, and some background color. Now, basically what I have done is I have applied this transform property. So it will basically just allow you to like rotate your elements or apply some kind of cool effect to it. So the way you use this property is transform colon rotate, and then by like how many degrees you want to rotate. So if I rotate it by plus 40, it will become like this, and if I say minus 40, it will kind of become the other way. And you can like select how many ever degrees you want. Like I want like 80 degrees, so it will kind of become 80 degrees. Oh, sorry, this is 800 degrees, but yeah. Then I can say like 60 degrees, I can say minus 60 degrees, so it will become opposite of this. And for box B, there is this transformation property called skew. So basically what is happening in rotate, it is moving clockwise and anti-clockwise. But what this skew property does is that basically it will like move your box like kind of like inside and outside of your browser width. So suppose like let's say like this is my box, right? With skew, it is kind of moving like forward and backward like this. So what this skew y does is that it will kind of move it like inside and outside of this like browser ka plane. So let's say if it's skew, if I keep skew as 20 degrees, so it will kind of go like 20 degrees towards like this side. And if I say like skew is maybe minus 50 degrees, it will go 50 degrees in the opposite side. So it will kind of look like this. Like obviously, I have not made the styling and all that properly, but if you are kind of creating these kind of boxes in CSS, you can use like any kind of styling that you want. You can use some kind of custom styling. You can have like different boxes that are skewed together, so it kind of gives you like a 3D effect. So I will not be showing you that, but you can always look at the MDN references, and you can check out like W3 schools. They have like very good programs and stuff. So if you want to do something like related to transforming your boxes, you can look at different links on the net, and they have some very good and helpful resources. Maybe like after the session, if I find something like that's very good regarding transforming the boxes, I will send the link in the Discord chat. So yeah, like, did you guys understand this? Yeah, basically skew along y is skew y, and it's the same for x. So yeah, okay, cool. So now the next topic that I'll be showing you is transitions and animations in CSS. So, just a second. So basically, this is a simple animation that I have created. Like every time I click on this refresh, the background color of my box will, keep changing. So so like transitions and animations are like one of the best ways you can kind of add some moving objects to your web page. Like you can have it like with images and stuff. But right now I've just shown you like the simplest way of creating transitions, animations, and keyframes. So I have just created this class called keyframe animation, and within that I have put a simple text animation example, and I have styled this class. So basically how you have to style these classes is you put like this is the keyframe animation class. So since I want it in the form of a box, I will say my width and height is 100 pixels, so that will be like a square. Background is red color, and then my animation name is simple stuff. So basically for me to style this animation, I have this at keyframes like keyword, and I will simply put at keyframes and at keyframes of my animation name. So my animation name is simple stuff, so at keyframes simple stuff, and then within this you have like different keyframes. So a good way to understand this would be like if you have like say maybe a YouTube video of like 100 seconds or something, like 0 seconds would be at the start, 25% would be like the keyframes at the 25th second, 50% would be like keyframes at the 50th second, 75% would be the keyframes at obviously the 75th second. So basically keyframes just helps you kind of make your entire animation, it helps you make it look good. So what I have done in this is that I have specified my animation duration. So I have just said it as 4 seconds right now, but you guys can change it to like anything that you want. Like let's say I want 8 seconds ka animation and I refresh it. So now this will take 2 times as long as what it was taking me earlier. So right now, for simplicity, let's just keep it as 4 seconds. So what this 0% does is at the 0th, like when my animation starts, basically at that instant my background color would become light blue. So if I start my animation right now, like immediately my background color will turn to light blue, and then at 25% of this 4 seconds, so at 1 second my background color would turn to light coral. At 50%, so at 2 seconds my background color will become light green, and then at 75%, so at 3 seconds my background color will become light yellow, and then at the last moment of my animation at like 100%, my background color will become light slate gray. And once my entire animation gets over, the background color will go back to being red, because that is what I have specified. Like I have just kept it as red to show you like when my animation is
Rahil,
starting. Yeah.
Rahil, you have questions in Discord. Could you check एक बार?
Oh yeah. Oh, what? The animation name can be anything, right? Yeah. So 25% is 1 second here. Yes. Yeah, simple stuff is basically my animation name. So you can name it as anything. Like if you want, you can even put your own name. So maybe I will just show you that. So let's say like, uh, let's say animation name is like maybe Rahil. So yeah, like you can put anything that you want in your animation name. And yeah, keyframe is basically like it will kind of specify how your animation should behave. So like it's kind of like I said, like if you have some kind of YouTube video, right? Like there will be different kind of keyframes in that video. So if you want like the keyframe at like the 25th second, what will that keyframe look like? So basically it's like a way, keyframes are a way you can style your animation at different moments. So at like say the entire duration of my animation is 4 seconds, so let me just make it 8 seconds 1 minute. So basically at 25%, so that would be at 2 seconds, my animation color would become light coral. At 50%, so at 4 seconds it would become light green, and at 75% it would become light yellow.
We have a question. What is @keyframes? So, oh, could you just explain it again?
Oh,
But
yeah. So basically, that's just a way you kind of, it's kind of like a keyword, basically. That's how you kind of describe how your animation will behave at different moments. So, Rahil is the name of my animation, and then keyframes are a way that I can describe how my animation will look at different moments, at different seconds while I play it. Okay, someone is typing. Yeah, you can have like many different kind of animations. Like I have, like this is just a simple example that I have created. Like I will be going a bit more in depth with this concept. So you can have like moving elements, like you can have things moving across your browser screen. You can change the background color of the animation. Like there are many things that you can do. So I will, yeah, we can do skew and this together, but the reason I didn't do it is because it might not look very good. Like basically, with this skew thing, right? It's like you need to kind of have a good like image and everything. It should look good when you apply this transformation of skew. So in the case of a box, it doesn't look very good, but there are like different ways that you can utilize this this transform property with skew and make it look more appealing. So it's like if in the previous example, it's like if I had used skew, like this doesn't look very good in my browser, right? If I put this on my website, no one will like it. So generally people don't use skew a lot, but I have seen like some like CSS codes where they have used skew and it looks like really amazing. So if I find those links, I will definitely send that in the Discord chat. Maybe once this session is over, I will send it to you guys. You can make Flutter icon using skew. Yeah. So I guess if the yeah, it is possible to have the animation in a loop. Like I will show it to you in the next example. Like this is a very simple example I have shown you just to get you guys started with animation. But in the next example, I will show you how to make elements move across the page and how to keep them in an infinite loop as well. So yeah, let's just go on to the next example now. So, okay, basically this is the new example. So like this BS was saying, we can have the animations in an infinite loop. So if you look at this, the animation iteration count is infinite. So basically it will just keep on moving across my page. But let me just explain the entire thing to you. So basically I have created this class called movable square, and within that I have put like three different species. Like if anyone is a gamer and if anyone plays StarCraft 2, it's kind of like they would know about this. Zerg, Protoss, and Terran are like alien species in that. So if anyone knows about it, that's cool. But if you don't, that's okay. Like I used to play this game a lot, so I have just put that inside the box. But I've created this div class called movable square, and within that there are these three alien species basically. So now for the styling, I have styled this movable square class. So I've just created a simple box with width and height, and then I have called my animation name as something better because it is something better than the previous one. And my animation duration is 8 seconds. So it will run for 8 seconds. Animation iteration count is infinite, so basically you can have any fixed number over here. Like let's say I want let me make it a bit faster. Let's say 4 seconds, and let's say I wanted to run for 2 times. Okay, so um, basically this will go on only for 2 times, and then afterwards it will stop, and all the animation properties that I had applied, it will kind of like become empty. It will just show you this text. It will not show you any of these colors or anything like that in my box. So generally, to avoid something like this, what people would do is they will keep the animation duration count as infinite. So it will just keep running whenever I open my browser. It will just keep running forever. And you can change the animation duration. So you can make it like 8 seconds if you want it slow. If you want it like super fast, maybe you could do like 1 second and it will just keep on going super fast across your screen. But let's just keep it as 8 seconds. And in the keyframes of my animation, what I've done is, so this is 8 seconds, right? So when my animation will start, it will start with a background color of light golden rod yellow. So if I refresh this, the first background color that I will see is this yellow background. So then at the position of this thing is at the top left 0 pixels. So um, just a second, let me make this as 2, and let's say this is 1. So basically at the starting, my animation will be at the top left, that is at 0 pixels left and 0 pixels top. Then at the 25th, at 25% of maybe 8 seconds, let's say at 25% of 8 seconds with animation count infinite. So 25% of 8 is like at at 2 seconds, basically my animation will be 200 pixels away from the left, and then at the same position on the top. Then at 50% of 8 seconds, so that's like at the halfway mark at 4 seconds, my my background color will be this hexadecimal code, and it will be away from the left at 200 pixels over here and away from the top by 200 pixels. So it will be at this exact point. Then at 75%, it will be it will come back to the left. So it will come back to the left like 0 pixels away from the left. And then at the 100%, like at the last moment of my animation, it will come all the way back up to the top over here. So yeah, that's basically how you create like a simple moving box in CSS. Are there any questions about this, or should I kind of try a bit more styling to this? Can we move it in 2D? Like it is moving in 2D right now, right? It is like width and height. Like if it is okay, you want more style. Yeah, you can do a slant line. Yep, I will. Okay, I'll show you how to do a slant line also right now. And you want more style. What does animation direction do? Okay, so let's take this one step at a time. So let me start off with the first question, like animation direction. So animation direction normal means it will move it will just keep moving in the clockwise sense. So right now it's normal, right? It is just moving in the form of like in a clockwise manner. But if you want, you can change how this animation moves. So you can say put reverse over here. So it will now move in the opposite direction. It will move anti-clockwise basically. And if you go to the MDN reference over here, you can see these are different properties. So what this alternate property does is that it will first start moving forward and then it will move backward. So let's say I change this animation direction to alternate, right? So right now it is moving forward. Then when it comes here, it will come back down. It will move anti-clockwise. So like one clockwise cycle and one anti-clockwise cycle for an infinite number of times. And then in this MDN reference, there was alternate reverse. So basically what that will do is that it will first start moving anti-clockwise and then it will move clockwise. So let me refresh this. So it's moving anti-clockwise first, and once it finishes, it will start moving clockwise like this. Now someone had asked me about slant line as well, right? Can you keep 2 3 colors at the same time in the box? Yes, you can. So when my box is moving, the background color of my box is changing as well at the same time. And even um, in the previous example, it was kind of the same thing. Like the colors of the box are changing at different moments. Now, where was the question of slant line? Yeah, slant line. So basically, yes, you can do that as well. Let me see where I can do it. Let me just keep this as normal so I can figure out how the slant line is. So um, let's say it's left and okay, so over here, let's make it as say 500 pixels. I think this should give you a slant line when you move it. It should come left top of 0 pixels. It will move 500 pixels away from the left, and then it will come down by 200 pixels and be like down 200 pixels away from the left. So that's kind of how you create a slant line in animations. You can change this to like maybe anything that you want. So if I want a slant line, like if I wanted to go left 800 pixels and then come back down to 200 pixels, so you can do that as well. My browser is not big enough, but yeah, basically this is how you create slant lines and animation. So I have uploaded all this code onto GitHub. So maybe after the session, if you guys want, you can explore like different things. Like maybe you could try changing like some values over here, some pixel values over here, maybe over here, and you could see like how your animation will render differently in your browser window. So just for the sake of an example, I have kept it as like 500 pixels and shown you like it will move in a slanting manner. But there are like many different things you can do with this. You just have to specify like correct pixel values and then you will get the animation. But some of it is like it is kind of like experimentation, like you will have to change different values and see how that affects your animation in the browser. Or you can look at some kind of online tutorials on YouTube that show you how to make like cool animations in CSS. But this is like what I have shown you is just a simple slant line. Like there are many more things you can do. So you guys should feel free to explore different things. And if you guys are using VS Code, MDN reference is your best friend. Like if you don't know some kind of syntax or some properties, just go to MDN reference and look at different things. So they have explained everything over here, like all the properties of this. So you can always look at that. It's very helpful. Even when I was creating my animations, I looked at the MDN reference and created it. So yeah. I have OCD, so I don't like to stop it randomly. I like to let the entire loop play out, but you can change it to whatever you want. So yeah, let's move on to the next one now. Um, so okay, basically this is just like for anyone that's watching like Formula One or something like that. Can we make the box move with the mouse cursor using animation direction? So with animation direction, you can make the box move, and I think there is a way to make the mouse cursor move as well, but that would probably you will probably have to look at the MDN references and see like what different kind of properties it can take. And I think even with like JavaScript, there might be some kind of way you can move this mouse cursor. Like you guys will have to look at the documentation and explore it. So yeah, like when JavaScript comes also, like you will kind of get a good idea of that. Like right now it's just simple CSS styling and simple animations, but with like once you have JavaScript in your code, like everything becomes better. So yeah, like eventually, like I guess my turn, you guys will learn about a bit about JavaScript, like the basics and stuff. So in that you you guys will understand. And if you want to know about moving the mouse cursor along with this box, you should just look at the MDN reference. I think there are like many different properties in that, so that would give you some kind of like it would give you a good idea of what you should do. Um, so anyway, like let's go on to this example. Like basically, this is just like anyone who is watching Formula One. Vettel is my favorite driver, so I have made him come first. But these are just like 5 different drivers in Formula One. So I have just created different IDs for them. Like this is Verstappen, Vettel, Hamilton, Raikkonen, and Leclerc. So these are just different IDs I've created, and then I have styled all these IDs. So the first thing I've done is I've styled the div tag. So I've created like a simple 100 by 50 box, and I have created this animation called Rahil keyframes, and my animation duration is 5 seconds, and animation iteration count is infinite. So it will like keep on playing whenever I open my browser. And now I have styled all these individual elements inside this as well. So for Verstappen, I have put a particular background color. Like for all the different drivers, I have selected like different background colors. And then there is this thing called animation timing function. So there are different properties like linear, ease in, ease out. So for like everyone would have used PPT by now, I hope. So in PPTs, when you look at transitions, there are different properties, right? Like ease in, ease out. There are so many over there. So basically in CSS also, we have something that's very similar to that. So ease in and ease out are like different, different properties in CSS. So you can just use those. Like if you guys don't know about all the properties, just go to the MDN reference. Like that's the go-to thing. If you want to learn about all the properties, like they have documented everything over here. So you guys should look at that. I have just covered a few like basic properties like these, like some of these I had even seen in PPT. So I thought I would like just include this in my animation. So basically I've used like different properties like linear, ease in, ease out, ease in, out. So they are just different ways you can have your animation move across the screen. And then my animation name is like Rahil keyframes animation. So I have like styled the different keyframes in this. So keyframes Rahil keyframes animation. So it will start from the left at 0 pixels, and it will move 300 pixels away from the left. So we can change this to like whatever we want. So we can make it like say 500, maybe 600 pixels or something. So it might go outside my browser a bit, but yeah, so you can like change the length to like whatever you want. And if you guys want to make your animations move faster, like if you think that this speed is too slow, just change the animation duration to 2 seconds. So everything will become faster. It will just much better across your screen. And maybe we can like, let's say we send this to like 800 pixels. So it will go like pretty fast all the way across my screen. And um, you can even specify like what your animation iteration count will be. So yeah, basically you can even apply some kind of styling. Like, do you guys want me to kind of make some like margin or border for this animation and show it to you? Would that be better? The fastest animation over here is ease. Yes, it is. And that's just because Vettel is my favorite driver and I don't like Hamilton, so I made him the slowest. But yeah. So do you guys want me to like put some kind of styling to this, like maybe add a border or something like that to the boxes?
Rahil,
Yeah.
Rahil, we have to take the quiz and move. I guess
Okay.
if we are
Yeah,
done
yeah.
with the concept, we can move on.
Yeah, okay, fine. How do you adjust the speed? So you just change the animation duration, like instead of 8 seconds, I make it 2 seconds, so it will go much faster. And let me just show you quickly like how you can style this. So let's say like border is like say 2 pixels, solid blue, and maybe margin is like 5 pixels. So it will just look better when I'm showing this thing to someone, look more stylish. But yeah, I think there is a bit of a time constraint. So let me just move on to the last concept that I'll be teaching you, which is media queries. So media queries is like one of the most important parts of your web page. So basically, if I expand or shrink my web page, like the contents in the web page will kind of move accordingly. So if I have like this width, it will look like there are 3 boxes on the same row. If I shrink it just a bit, then there will be like 2 boxes on the same row and 1 box on this last row. And if I shrink it even further, it will be like 3 boxes on 3 different rows. So let's kind of see like how we can do this thing in CSS. So this is kind of the basics of how you can create a responsive website. So if you guys are wondering ki, like what is responsive, it is like if I look at my website on a laptop, it will look like the width of my browser would be very big. But if I look at it on my mobile phone, it would be kind of small, so that it might not render properly. So that is why you have the concept of media queries. So basically in that you can control how your browser contents will look on the laptop, on the tablet, on the mobile phone. So let's see, like in this I have created a simple div id, like box 1, box 2, box 3. So these are the 3 boxes over here. And I have created this star thing. So what this star thing does, it is like it will it is applied to all the boxes in my CSS. And what box sizing border box is, it's like in the previous examples I was specifying some width and some height of the box, right? But when I apply borders to it, it's like the borders would exceed that width. So what box sizing border box does is that if I have a width of 100 pixels, my margin, my padding, everything will be within that 100 pixels. Like it will not exceed 100 pixels. And now for these different boxes, what I have done is that I have created like different background colors. And I have just like put some simple styling to it, and then I have started applying all my media queries. So basically, if you want to apply media queries, you like use this thing at media, and then you specify what your minimum browser width should be. So I'm saying key if it's anything like from like, if it's like anything from like 1000 or like 1200 pixels all the way up till 992 pixels, my box 1 will have a width of 32, box 2 will have a width of 32, and box 3 will have a width of 32. So basically, as long as my browser size is um, like within this thing, like it as long as the minimum width is like 992 pixels, it will show like all these three boxes on the same line. Then if we change the change these like parameters a bit, so if I have a width of between 768 pixels to 991 pixels, my boxes would look a bit differently on my browser. So suppose someone is not using a laptop, he is using a tablet or something, right? So this is kind of what it would look like. So box 1 and box 2 will have a width of 49 pixels. So they will take up the entire first row of my browser window. And then box 3 will have a width of like 99%. So it will take up this entire last row. And then um, the last media query I've done is the maximum width is 767. So if your browser size is anything less than this number, it will show you all the three boxes on this in different rows. So if I'm coming from a mobile, like if I open the same website on my mobile, it will show me the width as like 100%, 100%, and 100%. So it will take up the entire page of my browser. Then if suppose I am on a tablet, it will look like this for me. And if I am on a laptop or something, or a display monitor or something like that, it will kind of align in the same line. So that is basically like media queries. And if you right click and click on inspect, you can see like there will be like different options over here. So you just click on this and say like Samsung or something like that, like say Samsung A5171. So I'm looking at this website on a phone. So this is what it will look like if I'm using a phone. Now, if I am using a tablet or something, let's say iPad Air, this is what it would look like on my iPad. And if I am using um, I can't see where the laptop thing is. Okay, yeah, I guess this is the one. So Nest Hub Max. So if I am like on a laptop or something, or a display monitor in which my browser width is very big, this is what it would look like. So yeah, that is basically what media queries are. Are there any like doubts about this? Or I think we should go ahead with the quiz now, maybe.
I hope everyone is in. Do you want me to wait? Please feel free to unmute or something. Or if not, Medhavi, I think we are good to go. All right, so first question, everyone. To use Flexbox, we define a container as a Flexbox. What is the CSS to do that? The options are position absolute, float left, display flex, and display block. The faster you answer, the more points you'll get. All right, so the majority have answered correctly. It is display flex indeed. Um, so who's answered the fastest will be on the top of this leaderboard. It's Danish again. Yesterday also, I think he had led one of the quizzes. Next question. Which of the following CSS properties used to define the time it takes one iteration of an animation to play? Medhavi, your screen is too blur for me to read out the options, but I hope the audience have access to it. Okay, now it's all right.
Internet is a little shaky.
Okay, so the majority has answered animation duration, and I think it is the correct. Yeah, it is the correct answer. Great work, guys. Transition duration, you all thought you all had the idea, but it is incorrect. Okay, so we have a slight adjustment in the leaderboard, but still Danish is on the top. Third question, which of the following properties will we use to display border around a cell without any content? Um, I cannot read the options, it's too blur. Okay, so Danish is at the bottom this time, and we have Feezer at the top, followed by Spy. Vatsal is quickly catching up.
What was the correct answer? I guess it got skipped.
Actually, I will just send the screenshots because it is blur for me as well. I think Medhavi is having connection issues.
Empty cell was the correct answer, Raj.
How will you make all paragraph elements red in color? Okay. So this is a question related to CSS selectors. Okay, so looks like majority have answered correctly. The dot all might refer to the class all and not all paragraphs. Uh, okay, so readjustment. We have Spy at the top and Vatsal catching up with the second place, and the third one I forgot to read. Last question, everyone. Faster you answer, more the points. Which CSS property is used to control the text size of an element? Font style, font size, text style. Okay, so everyone has answered correctly. The majority have. Text size is unfortunately the incorrect answer. Medhavi, for the last one, if you could take a screenshot because it is blur for the rest of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even I'm taking a screenshot. I can see it properly on my thing.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
great. So let's see who won. Nahi ho raha bhai is on second place, but Spy has won. Congrats, Spy. If you could just leave your Instagram credential, that would be great.
Okay, so I guess the quiz is over, Hussein. Can we go ahead?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so perfect. Can you see me?
Yup.
Okay, yeah. So I'll be using dual screen. I'll be switching here and there. So I'll be looking here and there. It's not like I'm not paying attention. Okay. So
Kevin जैसा खाना नहीं है.
so basically, um, okay. So now we'll be starting with Bootstrap. Okay. So this is the Bootstrap ka page. I'll just put this in Discord so that you guys can access this as well. So Bootstrap is basically built in CSS. You don't have to do a lot. And I won't be teaching you each and every tag because honestly speaking, none of us quite look into it because it just gets the job done. That is basically the job of Bootstrap, all right? So basically, let's go to the introduction. In the introduction page, you will see a quick introduction of what Bootstrap is, some more details, and I'll directly skip to the starter template over here. So if we copy this to our, let's say, our VS Code, just give me a second, right? Okay, so first I'll be making the nav bar here. So I'll just copy this Bootstrap ka starting template. Okay, basically it has the meta tags over here, the link to a link to Bootstrap, the head, body, and all that. And then we have the script, a JS script as well for Bootstrap here. You don't have to put a lot of head in there. So okay. Also, live server is not working on my laptop. I had to reboot it this morning. So excuse me for that, please, if you can. Just a second. Okay, so I've created a folder over here, and in you will get all the code that is needed. Okay. So hello world abhi dikha raha hai because we have not put in the nav bar. This is basically just the layout of Bootstrap. Now I will go to Bootstrap again and let's see. Okay, so so there are a lot of things you can do in here. We can customize Bootstrap as we want. So we have the CSS variables, the root variables, component variables. We can check the layout using the grid, columns. So you guys can go through this actually. It's very easy and the documentation, everything is very well explained in this particular site. What I will be teaching you today is what I feel is really important in website is to, first of all, there should be a nav bar because to you can say locate particular things, we need the nav bar. And secondly, a carousel because you need to make the site attractive as possible, right? So these two things I will be teaching today. I'll just tell you how to copy paste what and how to customize your own nav bar and carousel. Okay. So I'll just go to nav bar over here. So navbar is what documentation examples of Bootstrap's powerful responsive navbar header. The navbar includes the support of branding, navigation, and more. So we can see over here they have explained the working of how it works, and we have also supported content. You guys can go through this. If you want, just let me know. I'll give you 5 minutes to go through this if you want. Otherwise, we can directly skip on to customizing our navbar. Just put it in the chat. If you guys want some time to go through a document, or should I just directly skip to the navbar? Otherwise, you can also like put in some reactions if you can. Just put in a thumbs up if you want me to go to the navbar. Okay, perfect. I got few thumbs up. So let's run to the navbar. So this is the navbar's basic layout the Bootstrap gives us. So here's an example of the subcomponents included in the responsive light themed navbar, and it automatically collapses. Okay, so it automatically causes a hamburger menu. So when you decrease its size, so I'll just copy this because Bootstrap is basically copy paste, nothing else. So in the body tag, before the script tag, I'm going to put this below hello world for now. I pasted the entire thing. Okay, so let's see how it looks. I'm just gonna go here and hello world to hai. I did not delete it, but this is how our already made a nav bar is gonna look like. I'll just delete the hello world. Yeah. So here we have the nav bar. This is basically the brand. The home link, this is the default page. The other links over here, the other pages, disabled to show that if anything is disabled, how do we show it? We have the drop down menu over here. and a search bar and a search button as well in this. Now, if I want to customize this to, I want this navbar as dark, and I want all these links on the right side of the page. And I don't need the search wala input bar and the search button. I don't want that. I just want a normal page. Okay. So what am I going to do over here is, just give me a second. So what am I going to do over here is, if you can see in the body tag, we have put in the nav bar. So we have nav classes, and here are a group of classes which are included in Bootstrap. If I want to make this dark, what I'm going to do is nav bar, I'm sorry, dark. I put it like this. Let's see what happens. So now we see that apna text, it has become white. So basically dark pe white text dikhta hai. So that is exactly what Bootstrap has done here. And background abhi light hai. I don't want that. I want dark. So let's go to dark and okay, amazing. So now we have our dark themed nav bar. Now I don't want search over here. So I'll be commenting off just to show you कि कैसे एक निकाल सकते हैं अपन. So there's this entire form for search. We will remove the entire form. Yeah, so the search button and the search input box is gone. Amazing. Now I don't want this unordered list to be appearing on my left side. I want it on the right side of the page. So what I'm going to do is just a second. So me.auto makes all these links appear on the right left side of the page. If I make this as ms.auto, let's see what happens. So when I put it as ms.auto, it's basically shifting everything to the right. So I have my drop down here, my disabled here, link, home, etc. Abhi navbar jidhar likha hai, this navbar, this is actually the brand, the place where you put in the brand ka logo or etc. etc. So I'm just going to put random emoji here. Let's say मेरे को alarm clock डालना है. Okay, so मैंने alarm clock डाला. Let's see if it's appearing here. Okay, so my brand logo is an alarm clock. It's appearing here. Well and good. I do not want the disable button, so I remove this list item. तो disable button निकल गया है. Drop down पे I don't want a drop down right now, just for the demo. So this entire thing, this entire list item, I'll have to comment out, because if you see drop down में there's an unordered list जिसमें we can put in अंदर के जो थे इसके action, other action, etc. These all is put here, but we won't need that right now because I don't want the entire drop down only. So I removed this. So we have home and link. Okay. If I want to add, let's say 2 more links, so I just copy this one, iske niche paste and paste. So इधर मैंने link 1 था, वो link 0 था पहला वाला, अभी link 1 हो गया, and this is link 2. So link 1 and link 2. So I guess you guys are okay. Well, am I going too fast? Let me know. Okay, I'm just speeding. I think so. Could you just like put in thumbs up, yeah, any kind of thing if my speed is okay, or if I'm just running, let me know. I tend to speak very fast. Acha, perfect. So I'm getting a thumbs up. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, perfect. So अभी nav bar बनाया है, इधर हमने brand डाला है, इधर हमने link डाला है. अभी I want these things to appear, let's say, a little more bold, क्योंकि it's like my page, so I want to customize it the way I want. So I will link my navbar.css over here. So link में there's this link. We have the Bootstrap link. Let's link our style sheet, and then we have href. We have navbar.css. Perfect. I'm just gonna go over here and okay. So idhar jaake what I'm gonna do is I have already written the code so that we won't have to waste time. Okay, so I'm just looking for that. If you see in here, we have classes, already named classes which are for Bootstrap, right? The entire nav tag entire nav tag has given classes. I'm sorry. Has been given classes called navbar, navbar expand lg, navbar dark, bg dark, etc. The division has been given classes of container fluid and navbar brand, etc. So we are going to use this nav ka class, one of the classes here. I am going to use nav items. Okay, so nav items kidhar likha hai idhar. Nav items is basically for the home, link 1, link 2. Let's find nav items. Okay, just a second. Why can't I see nav items? So all the list items, if you see ye wala, ye wala, ye wala, ye wala, they all have the class of nav item, which gives it the default look. Okay, but I don't want this look. I want to change its look. Okay, so what I'm gonna do over here is key nav item, and then let's just say I want it to be bold. So font weight is going to be bold because I want it to look bolder. Okay, so amazing. We have customized to our first step. Home, link 1, link 2 are now bold. But what if I want another font? So I'm just going to put as font family. Let's try this one. I like this one. Okay, so amazing. Here we can see that we have customized our navbar according to our font and our font weight as well. So basically in like 2 minutes or something, we created an entire navbar, which generally takes about 15 to 20 minutes to write in CSS. Plus एक दूसरे को link करने का, दूसरे pages को link करने का. That takes a lot of time, and a small mistake is going to end up creating a huge havoc. But basically, Bootstrap has made my life easier, way easier. So I'll just show you what other things you can do with the navbar here. Okay. So अभी brand जो है अपना navbar जिधर लिखा है, जिधर मैंने अभी के लिए किधर गया वो, हाँ, जिधर मैंने अभी के लिए clock डाला है, we can do a lot of things with that. So अभी if I want to bold that, if I have written something over there and I want to bold that, how we're going to do is this की इसको ये करने का, and then we can put in the bold class over here. ये है nav brand है ना, so फिर nav brand mb and h1 we can put it as h1, and नहीं तो the way we put it right now, we can create another class over nav items है ना. So अभी इसका क्या है, nav brand है. Let's nav brand को अभी मैंने इधर let's say I have written clock. nav brand को try करते हैं. I have not tried this before. Let's try. Let's try. Hope God is with us on this. Okay. Okay, amazing. So ये भी bold हुआ है finally, and we can see that we can bold anything that we want the way we want just by putting in our class. Okay. Is there any doubt by now? Do you guys have any doubts? Any at all? Let me know. No? Okay. I'm again asking, am I going really fast? Please let me know. I kind of sometimes run away. So,
And I think you're getting positive responses. You're doing great.
अच्छा, okay. ठीक है. So, amazing. I love this. Gonna make it a clock again because why not? So इधर clock है, ये है. So thus in like 2 or 3 minutes time we have created an excellent, amazing working navbar. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, inspect, and look at this. We have a hamburger menu here. So basically what is happening over here is, so whenever this screen crosses a certain limit of the resolution, it's going to create a hamburger for itself. And hamburger mein there's going to be a drop down where we can see all the links which you had put in over here, upper. So that's basically already done for us. It's like on a silver platter. नहीं तो ये अगर CSS में रखना है, which I have tried in first year, I had to literally sit for an hour, do the hamburger, create the hamburger menu, फिर put all the links over there manually, and it was a huge mess. So basically Bootstrap is a savior, always cherish it. Then जैसा हमने बोला, we can put in an image over here. जो navbar brand है उसमें image source डाल के we can put in an image over here. We will be doing this in the last website creation, which we'll be doing after JavaScript. So there I'll show you how you can put in an image over there. Image and text भी डाल सकते हैं. And there are other possible things which we can do with the navbar, which I would I'll give you 2 minutes. If you guys want to go through the navbar ka document, go through the navbar ka document, and if you have some doubts, please ask them. Okay, somebody told it's a bit heavy for me. Okay, so I can't pronounce your name. Justin, right? Yeah. So Justin, okay. We have a problem, Terra TP. Did you copy paste the introduction? Introduction में जो template था, did you guys copy that? Okay, navbar code डाला है, but did you put in the starter template?
Can you show how did you align it to the right? And
okay, so this is a little tricky, and it sometimes might not work on your web because of some issues in the versions. So it generally happens with me as well. It's working today. What you can do is कि ये जो है ना unlisted classes का, from where the navbar का classes begin, menu, link 1, link 2, link 3, etc. इधर एक me auto करके है, is the default. Okay, so me auto करके है, it's the default which is given to you. Could you tell me if you're following?
yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, so is it now appearing on the right for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so अभी मैंने e डाला है, me, so it's appearing on the left. Abhi, if I put ms, oh wait, I did something wrong. I put ms, it's appearing on the right for me. Okay, perfect. Any more small doubts as such?
What?
Any more doubts? Are you guys stuck?
How did you add link 1, link 2?
Yeah, sure. So link 1, link 2 over here. See, basically अपने को पहले ये सब नहीं था. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this. Basically ये नहीं था. We had just link, and then we had the drop down menu and all that, right? Which we saw earlier. Did you see that earlier?
Yeah, I did.
So फिर what I did was I basically copied this. I'm sorry. Basically copied this and इधर मैंने paste कर दिया और मैंने इधर change कर दिया उसको link 1 करके. So ये देखो इधर link 1 आ गया. If I remove link 1 सिर्फ link दिखेगा. And you just have to copy paste the same material again and again and again to get as many links you want in the navbar. Sort?
Yeah.
Perfect. Any more doubts? Otherwise, I'll just move to the carousel.
No.
Oh, perfect. Guys, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Somen. Thank you. Baki. So now we'll move to the carousel. So I'm just gonna shut this one and let's create another file over here. I've already created one. I'm gonna take this starter template again because that is very necessary. तो सिर्फ कोई भी सिर्फ navbar का कोड क्या कोई भी सिर्फ carousel का कोड डाल के कुछ आने ही नहीं वाला उधर. Okay, it will give you some random कुछ तो अजीब दे देगा. So you don't want that, right? So we want a carousel over here. So carousel.html में I have put this hello world तो हम निकाल रहे हैं. Let's go back here. Abhi carousel is in components. So carousel is basically something like this. First slide, second slide, third slide, and it goes on. Now there are different types of carousel. We have one with नीचे का ये bar showing how many slides are there. Then we have one transition slide. label wala hai, transition slide. This is really fancy, but there are multiple things we can do over here. I am going to do the basic one for you guys right now. So as usual, chapa idhar se, copy. So I put it in the body. Okay. So if you see over here, alt and source mein kuch likha nahi hai inne. So what I am going to do is ki I am going to go to this beautiful site called as kidhar rakho? Unsplash. And Unsplash way I'll take up some images. So I have already taken up here. I have the sources. You guys can go over here and check out. Okay. So I have taken a coffee cup over here. You can take anyone from here. Take mostly I would suggest take horizontal images because it's better, and I've saved those, so that's why I'm using that. Sorry. So either let's say coffee है क्योंकि वो coffee का image है. Second source I am using as a Control C and Control V. This is an orange. I will show you the pictures. Okay, just give me a second. Set it up for it. And फिर है source, image source again. Next is God knows what I copied. We'll see. And this image is actually really good, and this is apparently my dream haul. I'm just going to show it to you. So unsplash.com pe I hope you guys have picked up images, and let's see. So abhi kya hua hai ki the entire page has got covered with the images, and you can see these beautiful arrows over here. This is coffee wala, this is the orange, and this is my dream haul. So sort, I hope idhar tak. I'll show you how to customize the width and all right now, but are you guys okay with this? Any doubts of what to copy, from where to copy? Just put in a thumbs up if you don't have any doubts. Perfect. There are no doubts over here. It's all clear. Unsplash OP. Yup. Amazing pictures milte hai udhar. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is ki it is too big for me. I don't want such a big carousel for myself, right? So what I'm going to do is I did a little yesterday. I'm gonna create a div over here and another div in here because that is how I tried and that is how generally I do. You guys can get creative and use your own brains. I'll show you how I did that. I've created two divs over here. First div is to like uska width kam karne ke liye. So let's try that. I've put in here class. Let's say any class में width डाला है मैंने class, okay? And I have not linked my this over here, sorry. I'll just go link relation is a style sheet. And href है carousel. That's yes, amazing. ये link हो गया. So I'm just gonna go to my carousel. हाँ. So अभी I'm just gonna क्या width दिया था ना मैंने? Class width, open up, and I'm just gonna create this width as, let's say, 500 pixel, decent enough, hopefully. So you can see that either it has gone to a page ka corner, but it has reduced in width. That was my main this. And also if you can see, ये image छोटा है height में, so arrows have adjusted itself to the middle. Coffee image is bigger in height, but it has adjusted in the middle as well. So वो खुद adjust होता है carousel. That is how a Bliss Bootstrap is. You don't have to do absolutely anything. And then what I'm gonna do is, now I want it in the center of the page. It's not in the center, right? So we are gonna go over here and the other div which I have created. What I'm gonna do over here is flexbox करके जो हमने कल सीखा था, Bootstrap also gives you that. I'll just have to search for it. किधर है? हाँ, तो flex करके इधर सब कुछ मिलता है अपने को. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of these properties to center my carousel. So I'm just gonna तो इधर का class है deflex justify content center. I will show it to you as well. मैंने इधर से ही उठाया है ऐसे. हाँ, see this one flex item deflex justify content center मैंने इधर से ही उठाया उसे. So हाँ, so let's see if it has worked. I hope it has though. Finally, amazing. So this has been centered in the page. I hope you guys can see this and I hope you guys have understood basically कि इसको मैंने कैसे center किया है. Are you guys okay? Okay, I'm getting like this. Is that the, did you use the starter template again, fluffy memory? Do not forget to use the starter template because whatever is going to appear on your screen later is just going to be absolutely nothing. Okay. Acha. Center part again, sure. So abhi, I'm just going to send this link here, Flexbox ka. So Flexbox mein, go down, you will see justify content, okay? Sneha naik, right? Yeah, so justify content करके है. So उसमें first, second, third ये जो flex items बीच में है, I have just put in here content, उसको center कर दिया. So basically I have centered that particular div in the middle of the page. और मतलब horizontally in the middle of the page, vertically नहीं किया है मैंने. Vertically we'll see later, we will see it in the क्या बोलते हैं, website creation last में which we're gonna do. But for now, I have centered it in the middle horizontally. Are you with me, Sneha?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you figure it out? Is it working on your system?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Perfect. So there are multiple other things here which I would suggest you to go through because like if you guys need some time, let me know. Discord पे डाल दो, मेरे को 2 minute दो. We can I'll give you some time. You can go through this. Otherwise, let's shift. हाँ, basically carousel हो गया अभी. हाँ, so carousel हो गया है. It's working perfectly. It's in the middle of the page horizontally. Vertically, we can put in margins or put in the align. अभी जो मैं दिखा रही थी, ये like align flex item जो बीच में है. You can use this code and put it there. Self align center. Align self center. So that we'll be doing last में वापस. I'll be coming again and Rahil and I will be explaining you last का एक website. तभी I'll teach. अभी के लिए I think carousel is enough and now we will फट से move to JavaScript. So let me know if you have any doubts in ये. I'm just gonna put in a quiz फट से. Give me a second. So Discord chat पे I have put in a poll. Let me know how many people are now comfortable with this Bootstrap or how many are not. By the way, you're using Bootstrap 5. Okay, there is Bootstrap 4 and all other versions available right here. Okay, I'm getting a no as well. Could you guys tell me क्या हो रहा है फट से? I'll explain. I got some no's over here. People tell me. And leaderboard कुछ नहीं है. Leaderboard, just ignore that. Do you guys have any doubts or we'll move to JavaScript? Those who said no. I'll explain it again. It won't take a lot of time. Otherwise तुमको पूछना नहीं है, so it's okay. I get it. introduction, the entire Bootstrap का जो मैंने link भेजा है, it has absolutely everything. So you can go through that again and again. जब तक तुम लोग को आता नहीं है, तुम लोग को कुछ भी doubts है तो always our Discord chat is open to you guys. So over to you, Soman. Let's start with JavaScript.
Thank you, Tanvi. So let me start with JavaScript. Welcome. I welcome you all again. So let me give you a brief introduction. I hope I am audible. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, so let me give you a brief introduction about what is JavaScript. It is actual logic of a page. It involves coding. What I mean refer to coding, the actual if else ka part, if part, booleans and all we have in JavaScript. It makes a web page responsive, and it is very important because it basically gives meaning to your empty website. Now let me share my screen. So let me start with JavaScript कैसे लिखते हैं और इसके कितने ways है. तो like CSS, it also has 3 ways. One is internal, one is external, and one is inline. The external one is we're having an external javascript.js file and linking it with this tag. I've already prepared this for you. So this is how you can link it externally. And the inline tag, I'll show you the inline tag. And style script tag, like in CSS we had style tag, in JS we will be using script tag. The style tag was written after head before the body, and the script tag will be written after body. Okay, now the inline CSS, let me open it through my live server. Yeah. See, as you can see, I have created a button, and what my button will do when I click it, it will alert me. Hi, live, what is this? But just make sure what's inline CSS, inline JS is. Sorry, what does inline JS do? ये alert का part है, मैं ये बताता हूँ आपको. So let me tell you first. Let me comment out this. अभी what do we write in script tag? How do we print something in JS का document? इसके 3-4 ways है. Let me show you one by one. First is alert का tag. As you have seen कि ये alert का पेज है, links like suppose you are in WhatsApp web, और जब WhatsApp web leave करते हो तो वहाँ पे आता है are you sure you want to leave without saving your changes? So this is what the alert function does. Like you can have anything here like this, and it will, yeah, see, this is the function of alert. Let me introduce you to Google console. If you click inspect here, yeah, so this is the Google console for you. This all the JavaScript error warning, the error in your code are displayed here. So this console.log means here you can write print in your console. Let's welcome you all. And what document.write does, it helps you to print something in your document. And console.warn means it warns you, it wants something in your code. And console.error, it indicates that there is an error in your code. So I hope these simple things are clear of writing a JS and printing ways in JS. Now the second thing we are gonna do is learn about variables. Let me variables. So what is variable? Variable is any container to store your data. It's a simple thing. Yes, and there are 4 ways in which you can declare a variable. The first way is using where, second is using let, third is using const, and fourth like normal. And let me show you how you can declare variable. Suppose variable x equals to is one of the way. Second is const x equals to 5. This is a way. And
Is
then
there a
third,
typo in console.error, or is it concord only?
what?
Can you remove this? Yeah, in the 18th line.
In the 18th line, it's a console.error means
The
suppose
spelling.
oh sorry, yeah, nice one. I had made a typo error. though it was an error. Now the let x equals to 5, and the fourth one is simply x equals to 5. These are the four ways in which you can declare a variable, but we mostly use const part here. Const means constant wala concept, and this colon here is optional, but it is a good practice that you use a colon here. Now let me comment out this. I don't want any kachra in my console. The third part, I'll tell you more about. Let me tell you more about variables. Suppose I create variable number 1 equal to 42, and variable num2 equal to 32. Now I'll print this console.log num1 plus num2. Now you can see the addition got displayed here. You can do the same thing with string also, like variable. I hope you are doing along with me. Yeah? Variable string 1 equal to hello, and variable str2 equal to I welcome you all, and then third yeah, see, you can do this with string also. So this was a simple example of what you can do with variable ka part, what you can store inside a variable. The third thing which I'm going to tell you about is object. What a object is. A object in JS is somewhat similar to dictionaries in Python. If you don't know dictionaries in Python, we have already covered a Python basic track. You can see it in our YouTube section of Kjsce Codecell. So what does a dictionary has? Dictionary contains a key pair and a value pair. Let me show you objects. Comment out this. I'll provide you with this file so you can refer it later. Suppose I have variable marks. Now what I told, a key and a value pair, like suppose some 34, suppose Rahil 42, and suppose Tanvi, suppose anything 44 number. Now I want to print this. So while for printing we have console.log. Console.log marks. So as you can see, the objects got displayed here. I hope anything I covered from up till now is clear, because I may be going fast. Actually we have a time constraint here. कुछ डाउट है किसी को? बता दो मेरे को, कुछ था नहीं इतने दिन. These are all simple concepts which you have already been knowing in different programming languages, but we have to cover as it is a basic part of your JavaScript. Now the next thing we're gonna cover is the Boolean part. Boolean, as from Boolean you know it consists of true or false ka part. So let me print it. Variable a equal to true and variable b equal to false. Console.log a comma b. Yeah, see, true comma false got displayed here. So this was a general example of variable. Now I'll tell you about operators also. The plus minus wala thing, though I know all of you know about operator. Variable a equal to, I'll take the example of 110 for your better explanation, and variable b equal to 10. Now console.log the value of a plus b equal to a plus b. Yeah, see, you can see the value got displayed here. So this is, we are just working with variables and different types of operators. Let me change this to minus.
मतलब हाँ सुन, तेरे को आना रहेगा तो आ जाना, अगर, क्योंकि हम दो ही रहेंगे, मैं और कुणाल.
हाँ ठीक है, आ जाऊंगा. माइक म्यूट कर दे दो.
Soman, I had a doubt.
Yeah, tell.
Yeah, semicolon is optional in JavaScript, right?
Yeah, first only I told you it's a good practice that you use a semicolon here, but it's optional. But use
Acha.
करो, अच्छा, it's a good
Okay.
practice. Yeah, so you can see we have performed various operators of JavaScript. Let me give it a heading. Operators, and let me comment all this out so I get a clear console. And the next thing we're gonna do is assignment operator. I'll show you one more thing in assignment operator. First, let me write it. Will be equal to 10, variable a, and variable a equal to b. Now, assignment operator, I will be assigning simple plus and minus values to it. All these things are basic things, so I know you know it, but then also we have to cover this. A plus equals to 2, a minus equals to, and a plus equals to 2, and then a divide equals to 2, and then we print console dot log. So we got an answer of 10. Can anyone from you explain me how we got this 10? This is just a simple calculation, but कोई आके बता सकता है 10 कैसे आया? कुछ नहीं है, कुछ रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है इसमें. सिंपल है, हर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में होता है.
We have assigned the value of b to a, then we are adding 2 to the value of a, which is 10, so it will be 12. Then we're subtracting 2, so it will be again 10. Then we are multiplying 2, so it will be 20. And when we divide it by 2 again, it will be 10. So in the console, we are printing 10.
Very nice. See, it's simple. I wanted to show you one thing in assignment operator. So difference between single equal to, double equal to, and third equal to. The single equal to and it's very important in JS. It's a very important concept. A single equal to will assign a number to a variable. A double equal to will compare, like if number equal to 10, both are equal and both are not equal. But what does third equal to do? It compares, but it compares strictly with data type. And let me give you example here. Suppose, see here, 10 equal to 10, both are equal. 10 equal to, but inside comma apostrophe they have written 100, but this is not actually a data type of int. It officially became a string after those apostrophe there. So because of, since this is the only reason we avoid you to use this double equal to wala thing and try to use this triple equal to wala thing. See, if you can see 100 triple equal to 100, yeah, both are equal. But the same example which was showing above both are equal, now is showing both are not equal. So it strictly checks the data type and then compares to it. So I hope this example is clear to you. Now let me move further. After assignment operator we have logical operator. Yeah, logical
So man, I had a doubt.
हाँ बोलो भाई.
So when we are using double equal to, like we are comparing the integer 100 to the string 100. So it's comparing both the values in by converting both the values into string and then checking if they are equal or not.
हो सकता है, क्योंकि एरर तो नहीं आ रहा, इसका मतलब है कि कुछ तो फॉल्ट है. इसीलिए 3 इक्वल टू वाला यूज करने का. इट्स कंप्लीटली चेक्स इट्स डेटा टाइप. यहाँ इधर कुछ स्ट्रिंग हो गया मतलब इक्वल ही नहीं है.
Exactly.
हाँ समझा. नाइस. नाउ लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर्स एंड और. मैं पूरा नहीं दिखाऊंगा, सब टाइप कर करके, बस 2 ही एग्जांपल लूंगा इसका भी. console.log true, and now we will using those boolean symbols of and, logical and true and true. True का truth table क्या होता है? and का true true हुआ तो true. If anything becomes false then it turns false. या so ये and का एग्जांपल है. चाहिए तो इसको कंट्रोल अरे गलत हो गया. true and true. या true. अभी यहाँ पे चेंज करते जाओ. true false. बस हो गया एंड का एग्जांपल. नाउ मूव टू और. बस इसके जगह मैं और करने वाला. या अभी देखो. सिंटैक्स एरर console.log. यहाँ सी इफ कोई भी ट्रू होगा तो ट्रू, वरना इफ बोथ आर फॉल्स देन ओनली इट बिकम्स फॉल्स. तो सिंपल और का टेबल है ये भी. आई होप इतना क्लियर है. अभी इसके बाद द लास्ट टॉपिक from my part which I am going to cover is function. ये function बहुत complex हो सकता है, बहुत simple भी हो सकता है. What's the basic need of a function? You create it, you write a function, you use it, and then you don't use it. But when you require it, you can call the function, which will help you and save your time from writing those code again and again. So let me give you an example of function. Function average a comma b. एवरेज. सपोज एवरेज का फॉर्मूला है ना, सी इक्वल्स टू ए प्लस बी डिवाइड बाय 2. से रिटर्न सी. C1 equal to average, and then we have suppose 3,6 semicolon and dot log we have C1. फॉर्म नहीं चलता भाई. सी यू कैन सी हियर दी फंक्शन का यूज करते हुए हमने एवरेज निकाला. अदरवाइज हम कर सकते थे कि इधर पूरा फॉर्मूला विदाउट यूजिंग अ फंक्शन लिखो, और हर टाइम जब मैं एवरेज काउंट करूँ फिर से वो फंक्शन का फॉर्मूला लिखो रेदर देन यूजिंग अ फंक्शन. बट कितना टाइम सेव होता है अगर एक फंक्शन बना के रख दिया, फिर व्हेन यू रिक्वायर इट कॉल अ फंक्शन एंड देन यूज इट. सो यहाँ तक किसी को कुछ डाउट था? बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट आई वाज गोइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट माय JS का कॉन्सेप्ट.
Acha, what if the function is not returning anything? It's a void function.
It's a void function. Okay. Suppose. फिर void function का तू करेगा ही क्या?
ना like वहाँ पे प्रिंट करा रहा हूँ उसे.
तो बिना फंक्शन यूज करके भी एवरेज निकाल सकता है ना, वही बोलना चाहता है ना.
नहीं आई एम सेइंग कि लाइक वहाँ पे कीवर्ड चेंज होगा क्या फंक्शन वाला?
फंक्शन कीवर्ड है फंक्शन बनाने के लिए.
अच्छा ओके ठीक है.
You need to put in the function वाला कीवर्ड, और उसके साइड को ब्रैकेट होना ही चाहिए, और उसके साइड को कर्ली ब्रैकेट होना ही चाहिए जिसमें लॉजिक होगा. These three are very important to define a function. उसके सिवा फंक्शन डिफाइन ही होता नहीं है.
नेम के बाद ही नेम चाहिए ना, तो रोल नंबर के बाद नेम कैसे डाल सकते हैं? वैसे फंक्शन के बाद ही फंक्शन बना सकता है, वो कीवर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है.
अच्छा
ठीक है अभी
हरकत आई थिंक यू आर आस्किंग कि बिना रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट के क्या करें, राइट?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, लाइक जैसे जैसे अब बेसिकली हम लोग करते तो वहाँ पे डेटा टाइप डालते हैं ना कि इट्स
हाँ
रिटर्निंग एन इंटीजर और अ स्ट्रिंग, एंड व्हेन इट्स नॉट रिटर्निंग एनीथिंग वी यूज द कीवर्ड void. So yeah.
हाँ, बट हियर वी डोंट एक्चुअली नीड टू राइट वॉइड। वो अगर कोई भी रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट नहीं हुआ तो ऑब्वियस हो जाएगा कि रिटर्न टाइप वॉइड है। Also, someone in the chat had asked कि what does return C do? Okay, सौमेन एक बार वो VS Code वाला विंडो खोलना, मैं बता देता हूँ। तो जब भी सौमेन लिखा कि सौमेन ने कैलकुलेट किया a+b/2 और उसको C करके वेरिएबल में सेव किया, ठीक है? तो अब वो C वापस हम लोग को भेजना है उसका वैल्यू, ठीक है? फंक्शन के बाहर भेजना है वैल्यू। तो वो वैल्यू भेजने के लिए हम लोग रिटर्न C करके लिखा है। तो when on line 88 Somen says C1 is equal to average of 3 and 6, so because Somen returned C on line 86, that is because C1 had the value of that average. If that made any sense. If you have any follow-up questions, just feel free to ask. ठीक है, आई थिंक समझ गया है। चाहिए तो वो टीम्स वाला थम्स अप भेज दो।
I will be explaining functions as well in my ये, तो तभी अगर तुम लोग को नहीं समझा होगा मैं वापस समझा देती हूँ, ठीक है?
yeah if there is no doubt then as we are running short in time let Tanvi take over from me.
So basically what I'm going to start from is DOM. So DOM is a very used concept, but it is the most important concept in JavaScript. It basically is the connection between JavaScript and the web page. So ये थोड़ा लिखा है, I'm going to read it out to you. What is DOM? So DOM is the document object model, is a programming interface for web document. It is not a language, it's an interface. It represents the page so that the programs can change the document structure, style, content, basically to modify the page. The DOM represents the document as nodes and objects. Objects माने जैसे अपना class का object होता है ना, वैसा object, an object on which we can work on. So that way, programming language can interact with the page. The web page is a document that can either be displayed in the browser window or as an HTML source. So जो browser window पे दिखता है, that can also be considered a document. It is the web page. In both cases, it is the same document, but the DOM model representation allows it to be manipulated. So in the HTML source अपने को एक कुछ तो दिखता है, but using DOM we can change the way it interacts with the user. So that is basically what we do when we load the web page on a browser. And this can be done, it can be modified using the scripting language such as JavaScript, which we are doing over here. All of the properties, methods, and events, these three things which I just noted, properties, methods, and events, important words, remember, available for manipulating and creating web pages are organized into objects. So these are organized into objects. These things work on the objects. The document and window objects. Document माने अपना web page, window माने अपना entire tab, you can say. Objects are objects whose interface you generally use most often in DOM programming. Window object represents something like the browser, just as I said, that particular tab. And a document object is a root document itself. मतलब अपना पूरा web page only. Now this is a site which I am going to send on the chat. This has everything inside out on what you have to know about DOM. Okay, in case you guys have not understood, तुमको अगर समझानी होगा, so I'll be explaining this entire thing. ये पूरा जो file है, it's on DOMs. I will be explaining these most frequent APIs which are used in web. Okay. Nahi samjha. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So basically you can think DOM as programming interface which connects JavaScript to web document. अभी तो JavaScript लिखी तो JavaScript is mostly just like a code, right? अपना C का code कैसा होता है, C++, Python, Java, all these are codes only. But how do you connect this code to the browser का पेज? मतलब मैंने पेज पे कुछ क्लिक किया, पेज पे कुछ किया मैंने, तो वो जावास्क्रिप्ट को कैसा समझेगा कि मैंने इस पे क्लिक किया? तो that is what DOM does. It is a programming interface which connects the web document to the code. So is the brief idea of DOM clear to you, Wonder Woman? Okay, perfect. So the most frequent, there are a lot of lot of APIs which are used, but these are the ones which I'll be telling you today because these are the most maximum used ones. And generally जब भी अपन first time जब भी website बनाते हैं अपन यही use करते हैं. Okay. So I have sent the ये क्या बोलते हैं link. Check it out. So we'll start with element get element by ID. Okay, so अभी get element by ID मुझे डालना है. Just a second, huh? Okay, so a get element by ID is actually very simple, and इसमें I am also going to put in inner HTML का काम. So there are इधर उधर है. Okay, so let's just start. You have this and okay, so HTML हो गया, body हो गया. I'm just going to put in script. अभी सौमेन ने तुमको बताया था there are three ways of writing script. I'm going to use internal because it's easier. It's on the same page, so फट से दिखता है. Type is equal to text.java script. So yesterday as we wrote this for CSS style लिखने के बाद अपन type लिखते हैं. This is necessary here as well. तुम script के अंदर कुछ भी डालो तो भी वो JavaScript ही consider होता है, but generally it's better to write कि कौन सा script लिखा है हमने. So we put in here as JavaScript. So what I'm going to do is body में I'm going to create a paragraph tag and it's going to be an empty paragraph tag. Okay, मेरे को कुछ डालना नहीं है इसमें अभी. So let's say I give it an ID of of para1 because para1 ही है वो. Okay, so what are you going to do? अभी we are going to write a JavaScript. So what it's going to do is that when I click on a particular button which I have not made yet, just create the button. Button इसको बोलते हैं click me. ID दे रही हूँ मैं. ID let's say is a button. Simple. So basically what I'm going to create right now is when you click the button, paragraph tag में something is supposed to show on the screen. The text, let's say good morning, is supposed to show on the screen. So how am I going to do that? So first we're going to do is this document. So document अभी इसका syntax है okay इसका मैंने लिखा नहीं. Okay, syntax of get element by ID is object. So here the object is the our document, our web page dot get element by ID. This basically captures the ID. This basically captures the ID. Okay, so captures the element with the ID. So इधर अपना element है button. We're going to use it because when we click on the button, अपने को paragraph tag में को दिखना चाहिए. So document dot get element by ID. I'm going to put button क्योंकि I want button. And now I'm going to introduce to you something called as events. Events मतलब when something occurs on the web screen. So on click. So click is the event over here and on click. So when I click on the element which has the ID button, ये होना चाहिए. I define a function over here. As you guys were saying कि output होना return होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए. So basically इधर मैं return नहीं करने वाली. I'm just gonna define this function कि ये होना चाहिए when the button is clicked. So इधर क्या लिखने वाली हूँ मैं? Again we put document because we want our object dot get element by ID. इधर अभी हम we are working on the paragraph tag. So para1. अभी what you're gonna do is we want to change the inner HTML. अभी paragraph tag का inner HTML is 2 dashes. We don't want that. We want it to say good morning. So dot inner HTML. So what basically dot inner HTML is a property. I forgot to tell that. I had told you to remember the words method, property, event, right? So your event on click, get element by ID is a method and dot inner HTML is the property of DOM. Okay. So dot inner HTML. Abhi we will put inner HTML as let's say good morning बोला था ना good good morning. Perfect. So let's see if it is working or no. Okay, no. अच्छा रुको मैंने गलत ये खोला है. I'm sorry, हाँ मेरा live server नहीं चल रहा. I had to reboot the laptop in the morning. Okay, so it says click me, the button, and when I click it, the inner HTML of paragraph tag is changed to good morning. So what we have basically done here is the inference I'm going to tell you is कि we have introduced you to the event called as onClick. Button पे जब भी click होता है, we have defined a function over here without giving it an actual name. We have just defined it then and there without returning something as well. We have put in the method called get element by id, and उसका जो syntax था is document माने either object dot get element and the id over here. So are you guys comfortable with this method? Can I get something in here? मेरे को chart नहीं दिख रहा for some reason.
You are getting thumbs up, don't worry.
अच्छा हाँ yeah, so basically onClick invokes the function because onClick is the क्या बोलते हैं उसे event is happening. Event मतलब क्या होता है when something occurs. तो अभी वेब पेज पे एक बटन क्लिक हुआ है तो ये इवेंट हुआ. So when you click that particular button, so on this particular click function invoke होता है. I'll be coming to the other events as well. I'll send you a document as well to get the events. I won't be teaching everything over here because like we don't have time unfortunately, but I will give you the resources where you can find all the events you need. And basic normal events I will teach here. Okay. So I guess get element by ID is done over here. So I will teach you the next method. Introduce you to the next method called as add event listener. Now this is an important one as well. Okay, are you guys with me or am I going fast, slow? I tend to ask this because I run. I run like my life is down the line. So that's why let me know if I'm going fast, okay? Okay, so if I'm going fast, Hussein, if somebody puts it anywhere, मेरे को झट से बोलना, मैं कम कर दूंगी speed, मेरा बहुत भाग रही हूँ मैं.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. तो फिर body में अभी let's try our add event listener tag. Okay. So add event listener में what we're gonna do is कि let's say I click on the page. अभी button नहीं है अपने पास. I'll remove the button from here. Let's just create a paragraph and again इसमें कुछ I'm just gonna keep it empty. ID is gonna be para 1 again because why not? Script JavaScript, amazing. हाँ तो अभी script में what I'm gonna do is कि I'm gonna put in this add event listener method. Okay. So फिर again इसका जो syntax है is object dot add event listener. So अपना object over here I'm gonna target at the document again. So document is the object dot add event listener. हाँ so add event listener में अपने को इधर बताता है क्या क्या है syntax. So basically in add event listener, what we have is the event. I'm just gonna write it, I'll erase it again. We have the event, then we have the function, what we are going to do on this. And then we have another thing in this and that is the, just a second. So, and then we have use capture. Okay, so the third here we have use. So use capture is basically you can say it is an optional. First of all, it doesn't have to be there. It specifies if an event should execute in default phase or when you do something, मतलब true or false. Basically, it's Boolean. Okay. So use capture is a little tricky concept which I won't be taking right now because I can't give examples right now. Time nahi hai. So I'll just be taking these two things, event and function. And basically these two things are enough because it covers what you want. So abhi add event listener. I want my aim of this experiment is to let's say display a good morning again or let's say hello all when I click on the page, not on the button. No, there's no button here on the page. So let's click is the event. Now function, अभी function मैं वापस इधर ही define करेगी क्योंकि मेरे को नहीं लिखना है extra. तो फिर function में let's just say para है. So doc, could you tell me if I want to change inner HTML of paragraph tag to hello all, क्या लिखोगी मैं? Just put it in Discord फट से. Are you guys there? Yes, you are there.
अनम्यूट करके भी बोल सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है गाइस.
हाँ, अनम्यूट करके बोल दो. I'll keep this open. See, इधर से है. तो बेसिकली यही यूज करना है. What will you type here?
Get element by ID.
हाँ, okay. No, is add event function? Yeah, it's not a function. It's a method of DOM. Okay, Wonder Woman, right? हाँ, it's a method of DOM. हाँ, अभी कोई तो बोला था. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Document dot
Get element by
ID.
amazing. कौन सा ID है इधर?
para1
Amazing. और अभी इधर क्या आएगा? Which property am I
dot
going
inner HTML.
Dot inner HTML.
Amazing. तो फिर इधर what I'm gonna write is hello all. Amazing. Now let's see if it's working. It should, please. Okay. Just a second. Why is it not working? Hussein, could you help me with this? Why is this not working?
हाँ. Listener click document dot get. तू पैरा 1 पे क्लिक करेगी ना?
नहीं, para 1 पे नहीं. I'm just gonna suppose to. हाँ, obviously it's working. Sorry.
Yup.
Sorry. I'm supposed to click on the page. I'm sorry. It is working perfectly. I don't have quite a lot of self-confidence at this moment. So it's working. So what I did exactly over here is कि जब भी load करते हैं कुछ दिखता नहीं है. I click on the page and there we have hello all. Okay. So just a second. I'll silence this. Okay, amazing. अभी is this add event list now clear और थोड़ा सा doubts है? कुछ भी doubts है? Is it clear? I would love some.
Lots of thumbs ups you're getting.
Amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna introduce you to value and style property. So अभी value and style property क्या करते हैं is well, okay, हाँ, so value and style property क्या करते हैं? Value takes in the value of ये of a element. Okay, तो अभी हमने अगर डाला dot get element by ID जो भी है and dot value डाला, so whatever value is assigned to that element. Abhi there's a difference between dot inner HTML and dot value. Okay, dot inner HTML literally just picks up the HTML in the two tags, मतलब opening and closing tag. Whereas value अपन value assign करते हैं, that is picked up over here. Okay, so I hope a value is sorted. And style is basically you style the document there. So I'll show it to you right now. हाँ, तो let's just try this one. इधर हम क्या करने वाले हैं? We're just gonna create हाँ, so we're gonna create an two input box. One is for name and one is for telephone number, obviously. So okay, we don't have a lot of time. Is it okay if I just copy paste, because I have written this for the resources and I don't have a lot of time, but I want to explain everything. So I'm just going to copy paste this. Okay. इधर मैंने name लिखा है. ये normal HTML है. Here I have put in the input tag. Type is text. ID is name. And placeholder is again name because I want कुछ तो display होने को उधर. दो लाइन छोड़ा. Mobile number type is tel, ID is telly, placeholder is number, and this is something like regex. Okay, so a pattern for now it will take everything because हमने कुछ दिया नहीं है उसको, condition दिया नहीं है. So अभी के लिए in the text box even if you put in anything it will work, but using JavaScript we can change that. So you guys can search upon type tel later. Okay, and then I have the button called submit. Okay, and I have another paragraph. So what I'm going to do is कि मैं name है, name में जो enter किया है and जो mobile number में enter किया है, I am going to print it. Okay, when we click the button, so thus I have created an empty paragraph over here. Okay, and then button 2 से I am going to style it. Okay, so इधर मेरे को error क्यों दिखा रहा है? अच्छा, हाँ. So okay, so see, we got our form छोटा सा name and role mobile number करके submit button आ गया and style button आ गया. So इधर मैंने तन्वी लिखा, इधर I have put in a random number. Now let's see submit होने के बाद क्या होता है. I got this. So you guys saw the code. I don't know if you guys read it or no. Could you tell me the logic which I have used over here? Orally बोलो, you don't have to write it in Discord. But is there any way I could have taken this and this, the tag which I introduced to you right now, value use करके, and is there any way I have joined them? Could you like make it out? Could you tell me?
Like you could have like taken the values from the user, assigned it to some variable kind of stuff, and then printed it, like
हाँ.
the output displayed it.
Perfect, perfect. And somebody had asked before in a कि multiple strings अपन add करके डाल सकते हैं क्या? तो मैंने आंसर दिया था plus. That is basically what I've done over here. So ये जो value है वो दोनों string है अभी के लिए. So therefore I have taken this one string and then I have put in plus. Wait, I'll show you the code. Sorry. So JavaScript में मैंने इधर क्या किया है? Document.getElementById submit. So on click. So when we click this function, sorry, click this button, we have this function की para1 में जो है inner HTML उसको replace करो name से name dot value. Okay, so I've put in the dot and then the property of value. So it will catch the value in the an ID element with the ID name plus a string and spaces भी डालना होता है. It won't give it खुद से. And document dot get element by ID वापस telly. So जिस element का ID telly है उसका value जो है वो catch करता है and it puts it here. So that is how we got this. Now let's put style it. So style it में मैंने I've put in a border here. We can put in anything. Color डाल सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. So basically we're decorating it. So document dot get element by ID. Again we are locating the element on which we want to work on and dot style. Dot style is the property and dot आगे करके we can put in what we want to change. अभी इधर मैंने border किया है. Let's try color. Color और quotes में लिखना होता है ये. Red. Okay, sorry. हाँ. Submit किया और अच्छा I'm sorry, I did not put in anything. Submit and style it. So now instead of the border we have ये color. Okay. So is value and style sorted or have doubts?
Okay, I have one doubt. The thing written after style, is it in CSS or is it a part of JavaScript?
It is a part of JavaScript. It is not CSS. It
Okay.
basically, as I said before, DOM allows you to modify the page. अभी page हम HTML और CSS में लिखते हैं. But how do you modify it? तो मैं JavaScript use करके इसको modify कर सकती हूँ. So अपन you can use CSS as this as well. Hover use करके on click use करते हैं. Otherwise you can do it here as well. Short में to make sure all the JavaScript, all the logic is in one place. Okay.
Yep, got it.
Perfect. 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 So we have value and style covered. And now this is another one, window open. And ये जरा ध्यान दो because this is in today's homework. Okay, so ये जरा ध्यान से पढ़ो. किधर गया? Window.open. So what window.open does is object.open here. So object, I have targeted the window as an object over here. Okay, so as I have targeted window as an object over here, and dot open is going to open another window for us because मैंने window पे target किया है. If I write document, it will create a new tab. If I write window, if it's going to create a new window for me. So I want to let's just say I want to open another window. Open mostly जब भी we go on pages, we see advertisements, right? So we say कि click on this link to go here, and it's generally better when you create a new tab or window. So फिर that is how it's done. Let's say इधर एक button डाल देते हैं. बट्टू क्या है? Button, and then we उसका नाम I'm gonna say click me again because it doesn't quite matter at all. Script है इधर, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna define a function over here. Okay, so function. Abhi basically this is another concept which I'm bringing in here is function. So function, and हम खुद का नाम दे रहे हैं, तो new window is the name of the function which I'm gonna give it. And अभी मैं इसको define करूँगी. So it's basically same again, curly bracket चाहिए, and then window.open object.open. Object targeted over here is the window, not the document. And window.open ka syntax is window.open URL, window name, and the features. Okay, I'll just put it here. Okay, and the features माने height and all that. Okay, so let's put in URL. URL में अभी मैं Codecell का पेज डाल रही हूँ. Codecell का page, I want it to be called let's say Codecell. And मुझे उसको features देना है. I want it to open it in a certain height and width. So I'm gonna put here HEIGHT height. मेरे को कितना चाहिए? Let's say 320 pixels, small enough. Comma ना हाँ. Width equal to 320 pixel. मेरे को box में चाहिए वो. तो फिर window.open is opened. Let's see how it's gonna be. Okay, so we have the button over here which we had put up, and let's see if it opens. Why is it not opening? Okay, I think I've made a mistake over here. Can anybody check it? मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा कोई mistake.
Just a sec, I'll see.
Oh हाँ, obviously समझा मेरे को. मैंने उधर लिंक ही नहीं किया है ना function. हाँ, sorry. On click, and I want my function to appear here. So new. Here I have used inline, which generally is again not recommended, but I'm just gonna do it here. Okay. हाँ, तो button है, and when I click it, we have our मस्त वाला Codecell page open in the way we want. उसको खोल देने का पूरा, मेरे को पूरा page दिखता है. And also remember this is in another window. It's not in the same window on another tab. It's in another window. So I hope ये clear हो गया. हाँ, button spelling wrong था. Sorry जरा. It's okay. Okay. Any doubts in these DOM, because I'm ending DOM over here. Do you have any doubts in DOM? मेरा Discord खुला है और Teams भी खुला है. Let me know if you have any doubts. No doubts? Amazing. Don't shy away, हाँ कि time नहीं है तो समझाएगी नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. अपन extend कर लेंगे. पूछो तुम. Acha, okay. I'm got two no doubts. Amazing. So I will carry on. Okay, so now we are gonna shift to arrays. Okay, so arrays is also a concept which I really want you guys to keep in notice because मैंने इसके ऊपर जो आज का homework है is based on arrays, is based on window.open and is based on the functions etc. DOM पे based है. So I would like recommend please जरा ध्यान दे दो. Script है इधर. Okay, so I have started the script as well. अभी array में it's basically like a C++ array, Java array. It's just the same thing. It's a container. It stores. And let's just say I'll show you how to initialize the array. Okay, so var अभी इस फॉर्म मैंने जो अपने को सिखाया variable. So basically array is a variable itself. It's a container variable. So my ar. Okay, so my ar is equal to new array. Keyword is necessary and this is basically a function. Now अभी इधर थोड़ा confusion होता है because mostly जब भी हम बाकी के languages use करते हैं array is a क्या बोलते हैं उसे मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा क्या बोलते हैं उसे but here it is a function. Sorry,
Data structure, no?
हाँ, when we are creating an array in other languages it's a data structure but here it is a function which creates an array for you. Okay, and तो फिर हमने ऐसा declare किया है अपना array and then अभी this is like what we have created is an empty array. So let's fill up इसका ये मैं इधर से कॉपी करने वाली हूँ because we are really short on time. Okay, so फिर arrays start as usual on 0 and go on to 1 2 3 etc. So I have my arrays over here with 0 and 1 and I want to see these arrays in my console. So जो मैंने तुम लोग को अभी दिखाया था console.log and इसमें क्या डालना है मुझे my array is basically the name of the array. So let's see if we can see it. Okay, I'm just gonna shift it here. So inspect पे जाके we'll go on the console and amazing. Just a second. We can see arrays over here. So array 0 is pizza, array 1 is chocolate. इसका length भी दिया है हम लोग को. Okay. So we can see the array over here is basically what array does. Now I'm gonna introduce you to some functions. Okay. So let's just say हमने ये निकाल दिया. So log में array अपन change करते हैं. We see tweets. Okay, अपन बहुत सारे इस पे Twitter पे होते हैं. Many of you, me, I'm not, but many of you might be on Twitter. So many people go on updating their tweets every day, every minute of the day कि मैंने क्या किया क्या नहीं किया. So basically what we can do over here is कि array use करके we can store these tweets in an array. And then if you want to remove a tweet or if you want to append another tweet or so, we can do it here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this tweets and yes sir. So ऐसा किया तो भी array initialize हो जाता है. Okay, so you don't have to write new array every time. ऐसा किया, so JavaScript is smart enough, thankfully, ये कर देता है. So I'm just gonna put in.
Shouldn't we declare the size of the array?
No, you don't have to. It's not compulsory here.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put in a few, let's say, tweets over here saying good morning. Good morning, and then a sunny day. Okay, so these are the two tweets which I have put in my tweet array. And what I'm gonna do is now I want to append another tweet at the end of this. So what I'm gonna do is the tweet. Tweets, yeah. Push. Okay, so I'm gonna push it basically, and I'm just gonna say kya have a happy morning. Have a happy morning. So basically हमने okay, this is the same page now. किधर गया वो? Okay, I'll just open it again. I can't find it. Too many pages open. So here we can not see anything is because मैंने console.log में डाला नहीं है. Now it should be a run hopefully. So either we can see our tweets array. Good morning. It's a sunny day. And अभी ये append हो गया है इधर. Have a happy morning. If I just say मैंने इसको comment out कर दिया. So फिर इधर सिर्फ good morning है and it's a sunny day है. I push तो फिर ये last में it gets appended at the very last. इसका length बढ़ जाता है. But what if I want to like put it in the middle? Let's say मेरे को I want to replace an element or I want to add it in the first position. So what am I going to do? So there's a function for this as well. Tweet dot splic splice. So इसका syntax है कि index from where you want to start from. Then we have how many. तो कितना तुझे ये डालना है as in कितना तुझे आगे बढ़ना चाहिए वो is what it's saying कि how many things basically it is used to delete. Okay, कि मुझे ये delete कितने करने हैं, how many things I want to delete over here. कि अभी replacing होता है, so you tend to delete an element and replace that particular what can I say, string or whatever in that particular preset. So index and then how many, and then we have the item. So item 1 फिर item 2 and it goes on to item X. Okay, so I'll just अभी मेरे को first place पे मतलब it is a sunny day जिधर है मेरे को उधर डालना है, कुछ delete नहीं करना है मेरे को, and let's just say I am happy. Why not? Should be. तो ये डाल दिया है. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen? I explained you the syntax right now. Could you tell me what is going to happen?
It will be at first index and
Perfect.
restart will be shifted by 1.
Amazing. That is what exactly is going to happen. इधर देखो, good morning. I am happy हो गया on the first place. It is sunny day and everything got shifted by 1. इसका length 4 हो गया. अभी I want to let's say delete ये. So just copy this. अभी I want to delete something. Let's say मेरे को 0th position पे हूँ मैं, मेरे को एक delete करना है और मेरे को ये I'll just put in the happy word, doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is कि good morning to निकाल के I want to delete that one and I want to replace it with happy. So let's see if that happens. Amazing, it did happen. तो इधर happy आ गया. First is पे I am happy, second is पे sunny morning, third is पे ये. So length is again 4 and I have replaced. If I don't want to replace, मेरे को सिर्फ delete ही करना है, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए वो. तो हो गया, third attribute is gone. I am happy, sunny day, and have a happy morning. Okay, so there are 3 elements only. Good morning, निकल गया. Okay, so is splice clear? Because splice is actually important.
You are getting thumbs up.
You're getting
don't worry.
thumbs up.
Acha, I have not looking at the screen. Sorry. Okay, so let's move on to here. मैं इधर से अभी copy करने वाली हूँ code. This was actually a very good example. Now let's start. ये तो अपना normal template है. We have a div called tweet div. Okay, so what we are going to do is कि अपने पास एक array है. Tweets करके एक अच्छा सा array है. Okay. So just a second. I'm just gonna remove this. And I'm going to uncomment this. Okay. So फिर we have this we have a blank div, उसमें कुछ नहीं है, and we have this over here. We have the tweets वाला ये over here, and then for अभी I will be introducing to you for loop. So for loop is something different. It's not different actually. It's just a loop, just as we use it in other languages. We have it over here. So for I is equal to 0, variable I हमने declare किया है. Tweets dot length shows you the ये array का length. तो tweets dot length से कम होना चाहिए and I plus plus. What I am doing here is that I have created a string var string. It is an empty string, and I want this string to be appended with the paragraph tag a tweet I मतलब इधर का एक एक element and again a paragraph tag. So basically what is going to happen is ये जो var tweet है is going to get displayed. अच्छा wait I have हाँ so ये जो var tweet है put it ऊपर tweet string है ना a tweet string है I'm going to append it with this and I'm going to replace the inner HTML of this empty div over here किधर गया of this empty div with this. Okay, so let's see what happens here. This is array2, right? Okay, so as we can see over here we have एक एक करके दूसरे line पे आया है all the tweets which were in this array. So basically this can be used to view, let's say अभी तू Twitter पे है और तू तेरे personal account पे गया और तेरे को तूने जो भी tweets दिया है you want to see all of those. So basically this can be used over here. For loop, and you can do the same in while loop as well. I have written the code. So, while loop is same. For loop का ही logic है इसमें. We define a variable I and then till I is less than tweets dot length. Keep printing this and then ये will catch this will catch all this. ये div में फिर inner HTML replace हो जाएगा with this tweet string and as this is inner HTML as I told you, inner HTML मतलब literally HTML वैसा का वैसा लेता है. So therefore these paragraph tags है they will be put in the HTML and HTML will then implement them to go on next line and create different paragraphs. So our arrays are done. Are you guys comfortable with arrays now? Okay. Amazing. Does anybody have any kind of doubts? I did not give a peek at the Discord. I'm sorry this is getting extended along, but then as we had told you before, today is going to be a little heavy. So I hope you guys are comfortable. You will get all the resources. You don't have to worry about that. सब कुछ मिल रहा है तुम लोग को. So if you guys miss on anything, let me know. Okay, so abhi, let's go to functions. So functions, I'm just gonna use, it's an activity for you guys. Are you guys willing to put in an activity? Just a few minutes. Will that be okay, you guys? This is a normal function. I'll show the, yeah, it's a fine. Before starting functions, we had seen here, किधर गया वो? DOM में ही देखा था किधर तो value का and function का. हाँ. So function is basically ऐसा होता है. You have the function keyword, brackets and the curly brackets. Then हमने किधर use किया था? इधर a new defined function with the name we chose. This is how another function is put. Now there are certain libraries that JavaScript gives you. I will use that also right now. But before that, I'm just going to show you arrow function ka. So arrow function ka, just a second. I have the link here. Arrow function is basically the same logic. It's just कि तेरे को function लिखना नहीं पड़ता. It's a better way to live. So see, let is again we are defining a variable over here. Let my function be this, two brackets. You have the arrow and then we have the logic over here. So let's say hello function hai. Okay, these are two functions of the same. Can you guys see me? कि मेरा camera off है. Oh.
I think it's off.
Happy realization.
Sorry, बोला नहीं मेरे को कोई. ठीक है.
बोला मैं.
Sorry. So before and after का है. Okay, so we have the before hello function. So how we define a particular function hello, then function bracket, curly bracket, and then we return this. But we could also define the same function as hello bracket, and then we have the curly bracket over here. So this arrow is basically telling कि तू कौन सा तू function पे point कर रहा है तेरे को logic लिखने को दे. So basically function keyword लिखा नहीं है. And this might not seem important right now, but आगे जाके in the Node.js and all the things you're going to learn later, this is very important. Okay, so just keep in mind. And let's just go to the function activity. Activity mein, I'm going to introduce you to a function called math.random. Okay, so I will copy it from here. Don't have time abhi. Okay, so this is an activity called guess the number. Do you guys want to do this activity by any chance? Like, are you guys ready to code thoda sa? It will be a thing for you. Agar bore ho gaye to, I'll just give you an activity fat se. I'll tell you what function you want to use, you have to use, and then you can use it. Hana bolo, please be frank. Okay, I understand it has been stretched a lot.
हाँ सब thumbs up मिला है तुझे करा ले activity.
Achha, nice. This is
मुझे भी
interesting.
करना है activity.
मुझे भी.
So okay, so ये अभी we'll just put in paragraph tag as the number. ये अपना game का है, and I'll show you what exactly we are expecting. Activity 1. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my screen. So guess a random number. It should be between 0 and 5. And let's say when either 4 dala. So I'm supposed to get an alert saying if my number is correct or not. Okay, so 4 dala, it's wrong. Let's guess again. Number was 3. Let's guess again. Oh, finally apna number correct ho gaya hai. Okay. So this is something I wanted to create. It's a very basic game. So random number generator. I'll introduce you to the function of random number generator. Okay, so random number generator ke liye we can use math.random. Okay, this is the function. Just a second, I've not put it in JavaScript now. तब तक तुम HTML लिख लो. I want a button, an input box and a paragraph saying guess the number. It should be between 0 and 5. तब तक मैं ये कर लेती हूँ. Okay. So as you can see, when I put it in the JavaScript, we have found a function called math.random. I would suggest you guys to look it over on internet. Math.random. So क्या करता है वो? So let's just try it out. Alert math.random. So basically what alert is going to do is that it's going to alert, like basically that's its function. It will send an alert message here करके कि तुम लोग को ये हुआ है. I go check it out. हाँ, amazing. So this page says this. अभी ये 0 है. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, again a number which is decimal, very huge decimal, and it seems that it is between 0 and 1 only. So what we want is between 0 and 5 and we want whole numbers. तो अपन क्या ही कर सकते हैं? Just a second. So फिर अभी we don't want this. We want it between 0 and 5. So let's first do that. So basically what you're going to do is we're going to multiply this by 5. So why is that? So it's because you have a mathematical logic here. When you multiply a number, okay, between 1 and 0. So you want it between 0 and 5. So you're going to multiply this by 5. So let's see अपने को क्या ही मिलता है. Okay, amazing. अपने को numbers मिल रहा है between 1 to 5, and they are still in decimal. We don't want decimal. So there's another function over here. Basically, I want you guys to search for these functions, but I can't right now. So I'm just going to tell you the function, and then you guys can use it and create this project. Okay, so math.floor function hai. It will remove the decimal and it will give you the actual whole number. So amazing. 0 आ गया, 2 आ गया, 0 आ गया again, 1. So basically we are getting whole numbers over here, right? Okay. So amazing. I want you guys to try out. अभी ये function है. and I want you to give me the output that is desired. किधर गया वो? There's so many tabs open. I'm really sorry, huh? Activity 1, huh? So I want you to give me this. This is a simple paragraph tag. This is a simple input tag. This is a simple guess button. Use the logic which we have till now done. Use the events such as on click, the alert function right now which I use to put in the number to tell you कि वो correct है क्या नहीं. And you can always use the if else loop. If else loop is just the way that we have it. Okay. So guys, फट से देख लो. Guys, let me know if you have any problems in this particular activity. It's a simple one, so I guess we can work on that. I can't give you a lot of time right now. You can, 5 is not included, but if you want to include it, you can multiply, जिधर हमने multiply किया है, you can use, you can multiply it by 6. So you get 0 to 6, okay? 0 to 5 फिर. ये इधर मैंने 6 किया तो 0 to 5 मिलता है. 0 multiply by 5 किया तो 0 to 4 मिलता है. So if you guys can do that.
Can you explain how did you get the numbers between 0 to 5 just by multiplying by 6?
So basically there was a logic for that. I don't remember right now. Ruk, huh?
Tanvi, I'll answer his doubt. The thing
Acha.
is that the random function, math.random function, will return a number between which is lower than 1. मतलब 0 to 1 के बीच में वो एक नंबर डालेगा एक्सक्लूडिंग 1, ओके, मतलब 1 नहीं इंक्लूड होगा. तो जब वो नंबर को अगर हम लोग 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे फॉर एग्जांपल, तो अगर वो 0.247 ऐसा कुछ हुआ तो वो 4 हो जाएगा, और हम लोग क्योंकि उसको फ्लोर कर रहे हैं, मतलब उसका लोअर वैल्यू ले रहे हैं, तो उसके बाद के पॉइंट्स हट जाएंगे. आई होप आई एम मेकिंग सेंस.
Yes, yes. समझा.
ठीक है, ग्रेट.
Let me know when you guys are done. I will show you the
I
code.
think we should carry on. I think they can push this activity on their task 1 submission as well, and we'll continue
Okay.
because we are really short on time.
Acha, okay. Well, that works perfectly with me. You guys can push it as well.
Keep thumbs up, please, if that's okay.
You can take your own time and do that.
चलो,
Is
great.
it okay?
Quiz
हाँ.
कर लेते हैं अभी.
Acha, okay, fine.
So will you be sharing source code for this activity?
Yeah, it is already shared.
Okay.
I have shared the source code, but I would obviously recommend you उधर जाके ना देखो, जरा खुद कर लो पहले, and it is there for reference. There is another activity for you as there. Well, उसमें keyframes and all भी included है. अभी time बचा ही नहीं है, so वो मैं नहीं ले रही, but you can go through that. उधर उसका नाम है function activity 2. You can go through that, and तुमको अगर कुछ आया errors, you can directly DM me, नहीं तो Discord का chat है ही.
Tanvi, I think we are good to go.
ठीक है.
I don't think more people are joining in. So I'll just start it, okay?
Okay, so the first question is, which of the following are true in JS in regards to double equal to and triple equal to operators? Options is double equal to is used for assignment. Third, triple equal to is strictly type check for equality. Third is loosely type check for equality. And second is double is for strictly. Shit. I could not see it.
Majority of them have given the right answer. That's quite nice.
Nice. I didn't vote in time.
Screen आगे नहीं जा रही है.
आ जाएगा, रुक 2 मिनट. Is it stuck for everybody or is it just stuck for her or something?
नहीं आया ना लीडर बोर्ड नहीं दिख रहा
दिख रहा है
अच्छा मेरा इंटरनेट हग रहा है Okay, question 2, here we go. Maybe we access later, huh? Which of the following methods is used to access HTML elements using JavaScript? Get element by ID, get element by class name, both A and B, or none of the above? So do we have the answers? Okay, 6 people have given the correct, 24 have given the wrong. Bhai. Acha, so what I'm gonna do is ki this was a learn moment. It can be used in the A also. We can put in a HTML.
But
the thing
realize
now the thing is कि
अच्छा.
दोनों right answers हैं
Hmm.
शायद देखा नहीं होगा but दोनों right answers हैं
Okay, so we have okay, so Maverick is going on ahead. Then we have
Gun.
Wonder Woman. Nice job, Rai. We have round 3. How to define an array in JavaScript? Abhi kiya, peoples. Okay, I cannot read the option. Huh. Where my array is equal to new array or bracket. Where my array is equal to sirf box bracket. Both A and B or none of the above. Yes, we have done this. Look for result and both A and B. I had told this to you. मैंने Twitter वाले इसमें सिर्फ ये किया था ना. I've just put in the box bracket, but while making the my array, I had put in new array as well. So this is again a learn moment.
और तुम लोग ये साइड में नोट करते रहो it will be very useful for you all
Yeah. Okay. Leaderboard में who is leading right now? Okay, I can see. Okay, who is leading? Oh, so Maverick is down and we have Wonder Woman leading. Good, amazing, keep it up. Ooh. We have question 4 out of 5. Which of the following is not a JavaScript framework? This might also be a learn moment for you guys. Bolo, bolo, bolo. Node, Vue, React, Cassandra.
नहीं आ रहा
This
तो
is
टेस्ट कर लो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है It's
हाँ
fine.
ये definitely learn moment है सबके लिए पढ़ लो. So as we can see, Cassandra is not a JavaScript framework. बाकी सब है. So let's see who is the winner. Okay, so Vinay Kjsce is the winner. Amazing, congratulations. We last ही था ना?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was lost. Excuse me. Okay, how to stop an internal timer in JavaScript. This is also a learn moment. Guys, we in this quiz, this is not just for fun. We also want you to learn. Okay, so Phil, I hope you guys are noting these things down. Clear timer, interval over, none of the above, clear interval.
जिन्होंने भी guess किया ना, they have done the right guess.
क्या ही तुक्का मारा है, बिल्कुल क्या ही तुक्का मारा है. Okay, so just a second. We have the winner now, and that is winner. I can't say. So congratulations. And then second way, I think we have Maverick, and third is Wonder Woman. So winner, I can't say congratulations. We want your Insta credentials so we can tag you on our story.
I guess we should continue because uh,
You
I will
want to
send
leave?
my credentials later.
Acha. Okay. Hussein, you have something to say?
Yeah. So that was it for today, I guess. Right, Tanvi?
Yup, I guess that was right. And I know you guys कि तुम लोग को मैंने बोला था कि वो website का मैं दिखाऊंगी, but then that was not possible right now. So maybe we could do something कि GitHub पे I will definitely post on our code. So you guys can use it as a reference website. You are going to get a homework by tonight. We will be posting a homework for you in which you have to create a website just like the ones we will post for you as a reference. You can use that as a reference and then create your own website. Basically, तुम लोग को video and all भी दिया जाएगा for reference. So, do you guys have any doubts right now? Homework का everything in detail, entire detail explanation of what we expect will be given to you by tonight 12 o'clock. That is a promise from us. तो वो है. And so ये जो source code है which website we were going to discuss at this moment, which we cannot because time has gone by. We will also put that as a reference for you. You can go through that. कुछ doubt लगेगा, so let us know. हम अगर तुम लोग को नहीं समझ रहा हो, we will record a screen with our explanation and send it to you as well. If it is not if it is really difficult for you to grasp it, it's not you don't have to feel shy. So let us know what you think. Could you give it a thumbs up if you guys agree with this?
Okay, so related to the homework that Tanvi is saying, we will send you an email, maybe. Am I right? We
Yeah,
can send an email.
you will
Okay,
have an
that
email,
email will
Discord
have
message as well as GitHub पे सब जगह तुम लोग को update मिल जाएगा.
that email will have all the instructions. Also, we will add a well-documented README as well. So you need to follow that and make sure you complete it before attending next week's Saturday ka event. It will be really helpful, and on basis of the submissions, only we will give out certificates. All right. So okay, if you do not have any doubts.
What will be the last date for task 1?
Task 1 is today, tonight.
Yep.
So
Oh,
same
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Task 1 अलग है ना, task 0 is आज.
आज कर लो, पर ये जो मेन वाला होमवर्क है ना, वो नेक्स्ट वीक के पहले कर लेना, नेक्स्ट वीक सैटरडे के पहले. उसका फॉर्म लिंक भी you will get in your email and Discord or anywhere else.
उसे next week के timings बता देना एक बार.
Week next week से timings 2 PM onwards है workshop.
Okay, when will we get the yesterday's sessions recording?
You will get it after it is edited. We will send it on Discord as well.
So for every task, like we have to fill the form like again and again, or like only for the once for the first time?
नहीं, वो for task 0 and task 1 you do not have to fill forms again क्योंकि वो same repo है. For the main homework you will have to, and the link will be in your email only for the main one. But task 0 and task 1 forms, yes, link will be active today 12 बजे तक.
Okay.
So what is task 1?
Task 0 and task 1 are in the repository that we have shared. The template.
Do you want me to show it to you? I'll just show it फट से. 2 minutes, it won't take a long. मतलब फट से फिर हो जाएगा. Just a second. Okay. हाँ, so we have ये हमारा template है, okay? And we have updated the tasks में task 1 करके. So task 1 is basically to do is written. You have to create a responsive login page. Everything is written over here. and this is how basically it should look. I want 3 screenshots, one of the normal page, one when the link should change color and have an underline when it's hovered, and I want the array. Wait, I'm sorry, the array and the alert message as well. So 3 screenshots. You will have a screenshot folder in. You can do it in task 1 itself. Here you can create a folder and put it. Also, you don't need to use this template again. You can just push it in your own repositories. Okay. For reference, we have put everything over here. In resources, you have our code sheet worksheets, day 1 का resource code, day 2 का day 0 का resource code, day 1 का resource code, and well, that is all. So everything is there in our GitHub ka. Everything starting to end is there. So all you have to do is refer that GitHub. Is it clear? Whoever asked?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you all do not have any further questions, thank you so much for joining today. We will see you next week, and we hope that we were able to teach you HTML, CSS, JavaScript to the best of our knowledge.